Chosen one, listen carefully. Today is not just another day. It's not like yesterday. It's not like the days when you woke up tired, confused, doubting yourself, wondering why life felt so heavy. No, today is different. Because today is the day your old story ends and your true story begins. You may not feel it yet. You may still be sitting there, scrolling, distracted, half awake, half lost. But something invisible has already shifted. The same hands that tested you are now lifting you. The same silence that scared you is now speaking in your favor. The same darkness that surrounded you is now breaking apart. Chosen one, you didn't come across this message by accident. There are billions of people in this world, millions scrolling at this exact moment. But somehow, your eyes stopped here. That is not coincidence. That is alignment. That is calling. That is destiny knocking softly on the door of your soul. There were days when you felt invisible. Days when people misunderstood you. Days when you gave your best but received nothing in return. Days when you asked God, the universe, life itself, why me? Why do I struggle so much? Why am I always the one who feels deeply, thinks deeply, suffers deeply? Why do I feel different from everyone around me? Chosen one, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. But before you stand out, you must be separated. Before you rise, you must be tested. Before you are revealed, you must be hidden. Your old story was not punishment. It was preparation. You were not born to live a normal life. You were born to break patterns, to end generational curses, to rewrite stories that your family, your environment, and your past could not change. That is why your life felt harder than others. Others could sleep peacefully, but your mind was always awake. Others could live casually, but your soul always searched for meaning. Others accepted reality, but you questioned everything. Chosen one, your pain was not random. Your tears were not wasted. Your loneliness was not meaningless. Every moment of confusion was shaping you. Because diamonds are not formed in comfort. They are formed in pressure. And you have been under pressure for a long time. A moment when something inside them wakes up. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly. A moment when you suddenly realize, I cannot stay the same anymore. You start seeing through illusions. You start noticing patterns. You start feeling disconnected from people, habits, and places that once felt normal. And that moment is scary, because growth feels like loss. You lose old friends, old dreams, old versions of yourself. But listen carefully, chosen one. You are not losing your life. You are losing what no longer belongs to your future. Today is that moment. Today is the day your story changes. Why now? Why not before? Why not later? Because now you are ready. If your breakthrough had come earlier, you would not have been strong enough to handle it. If your power had been revealed earlier, you might have destroyed yourself with it. So life waited. God waited. The universe waited. Until your soul was mature enough to carry what is coming. Chosen one, your delay was not denial. It was design. Chosen ones often feel lost before they are found. Broken before they are rebuilt. Rejected before they are recognized. Because if you were accepted by everyone, you would never search for your true self. If life was easy, you would never discover your real power. If people understood you, you would never learn to understand yourself. So yes, you were misunderstood. You were underestimated. You were overlooked. But every time they ignored you, something inside you grew stronger. Every time they doubted you, your spirit became sharper. Every time you felt alone, your connection with your higher self deepened. Chosen one, you were not being destroyed. You were being designed. You stand at the edge of two stories. Behind you, the old story of fear, doubt, pain, and limitation. In front of you, the new story of power, clarity, purpose, and awakening. Most people never reach this point. They live their entire lives inside the old story. But you are different. You are aware. You are waking up. And waking up is painful. Because once you see the truth, you can never go back to sleep. Chosen one, if you're feeling strange today, if your heart feels heavy but hopeful, if your mind feels confused but awakened, it is because something is ending and something far greater is beginning. But here's the question. Are you ready to let your old story die so your true story can finally be born? Because in the next part, I will reveal the final truth about why your future is bigger than your past, why your enemies played a role in your destiny, and what you must do right now to fully claim your new story. Because your story didn't change by accident. It changed because you were ready. And what comes next will redefine everything. Chosen one, if you are listening to this right now, it means you survived something that was supposed to destroy you. People saw your smile, but they never saw the battles behind it. People heard your voice, but they never heard the screams inside your mind. People thought you were calm, but they never felt the storms inside your soul. Chosen one, your life didn't just hurt, it shattered. And there was a reason for that. There is a law that governs every powerful transformation. Nothing truly great is built without first being broken. The seed must break before it becomes a tree. The caterpillar must dissolve before it becomes a butterfly. The old skin must be shed before the new one can grow. And you had to break. Not because you were weak, but because your old version was too small to carry your destiny. Your old mindset couldn't hold your future. Your old habits couldn't support your purpose. Your old relationships couldn't walk with your next level. So life did what it always does with chosen ones. It removed everything that could not follow you. Let's be honest, chosen one. There were nights you cried silently. Nights when you felt like giving up. Nights when you asked yourself, is this even worth it? You felt betrayed by people you trusted, ignored by people you supported, abandoned by people who promised to stay. And the worst part, you didn't just lose people. You lost dreams. You lost motivation. You lost the version of yourself that once believed in miracles. There were moments when you looked at your life and thought, this is not what I imagined. But listen carefully, chosen one. Those moments were not the end of your story. They were the turning point. Chosen ones are targeted, not from enemies outside, but from doubts inside. Your mind became your battlefield. Your heart became your war zone. Your thoughts became your greatest enemy. Why? Because when someone carries great potential, they must face great resistance. If your destiny was small, your struggles would have been small. If
If your purpose was ordinary, your pain would have been ordinary. But your pain was intense, which means your purpose is massive. Do you remember that moment when you almost quit? That moment when you felt like disappearing? When you felt tired of explaining yourself? Tired of fighting? Tired of hoping? That moment when you thought, maybe I am not special. Maybe I am just dreaming too big. But somehow, you didn't quit. Something inside you refused to die. Even when your mind said stop, your soul said continue. Even when your heart was broken, your spirit was unbreakable. Chosen one, that was not luck. That was your true self-awakening. They live their entire lives wearing masks. They adjust to society. They shrink their dreams. They silence their souls. But you couldn't. No matter how hard you tried to be normal, something inside you refused to fit in. You felt called to something bigger, something deeper, something unexplained. And that is dangerous.
Because once you feel that calling, you can never be satisfied with a small life. Chosen one, your discomfort is proof of your greatness. Your restlessness is evidence of your destiny. There was a period in your life when everything became silent. No signs, no miracles, no answers, just silence. And silence is scary, because silence forces you to face yourself. In that silence, you questioned your beliefs, you doubted your worth, you examined your fears. But here is the secret. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is construction. While you thought nothing was happening, your inner world was being rebuilt. Your values were changing, your priorities were shifting, your perception was expanding. Chosen one, you were not abandoned. You were being upgraded. People around you thought you were weak. They thought you were lost. They thought you were finished. They judged your quietness. They misunderstood your distance. They laughed at your confusion. But they didn't know one thing. While they were watching your fall, you were preparing your rise. While they were discussing your failures, you were discovering your power. While they were underestimating you, you were reconnecting with your true identity. Chosen one, your comeback will shock everyone. And now you are standing in a dangerous place. A place where you can either return to your old story or fully step into your new one. But stepping into your new story is not easy because it requires one thing: letting go. Letting go of fear, letting go of old identities, letting go of people who only knew your past. Chosen one, in the next part, I will reveal the final truth, why your future is bigger than your past, why your enemies played a role in your destiny, and what you must do right now to fully claim your new story. Because your story didn't change by accident, it changed because you were ready. And what comes next will redefine everything. Chosen one, if you have reached this point, it means something inside you has already shifted. You are no longer the person you used to be. Your eyes see differently. Your heart feels differently. Your mind thinks differently. And that is dangerous. Because when a chosen one wakes up, nothing can stop them anymore. Listen carefully. Your future is bigger than your past. Not slightly bigger, not moderately bigger, but unimaginably bigger. The life you dreamed about in silence, the life you were afraid to speak about, the life you thought was impossible, It is closer than you think. But here is the truth most people don't understand. Your future did not come to comfort you. It came to challenge you. Because greatness is not given to those who are comfortable. It is given to those who are courageous. Chosen one, you were not created to live a small life. You were created to shake systems, break limitations, and rewrite rules. Let me tell you something powerful. Your enemies were not accidents. The people who doubted you, the people who betrayed you, the people who left you, they were part of your destiny. Without them, you would have never discovered your strength. Without rejection, you would have never learned self-respect. Without betrayal, you would have never developed wisdom. Without loneliness, you would have never connected with your higher self. Chosen one, they thought they were hurting you, but in reality, they were training you. They thought they were blocking you, but in reality, they were directing you. Now comes the most important moment of your journey, a moment that will define your entire story. You have two choices. Choice one, return to your old story. Go back to fear. Go back to excuses. Go back to comfort. Go back to being invisible. Choice two, step into your new story. Accept your power. Accept your responsibility. Accept your calling. Chosen one, your destiny is waiting for your decision, and the universe respects your choice. If you want your story to truly change, you cannot just feel inspired, you must act. Here are 3 things every chosen one must do. 1. Stop doubting yourself. Your doubt is the only thing stronger than your enemies. The moment you stop doubting yourself, your life will accelerate. 2. Detach from what drains you. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people are lessons, not partners in your journey. 3. Claim your identity. Stop saying, "I am trying." Start saying, "I am becoming." Words shape reality, and your words will shape your future. Chosen one, look at your life again. Look at your pain. Look at your struggles. Look at your failures. Now look deeper. Today is the day your story changed. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when everything becomes perfect. Chosen one, the day your story changed is the day the world started to change with you. Your new story has begun, and this time you will not be ignored.